All right, guys, welcome to another episode of This Week in MXA, presented by O'Neill Racing, Josh and Josh show today. And we got some major news. Cooper Webb just announced that he is racing motocross designations on a 250. He hasn't ridden a 250 since 2016. Quick, what was your first thought when that happened?
Wow, that's it. I mean, Coop on a 250, of course he can do it. We're not doubting that, but he wasn't the first guy I thought that would replace Hymas.
Yeah, we all thought maybe Levi Kitchen, Pro Circuit rider. No. Chance Hymas announced that he's actually going to go under knee surgery. He hurt his knee last year, missed the entire outdoor season. Then this year, he injured his knee coming into 2024, and he rode with like a torn ACL all year, did awesome. He got the spot on Team USA because Haiden Deegan was also having wrist surgery after the season. He didn't want to go to Motocross of Nations. Now it's been a round robin of riders. We thought Levi Kitchen would go. Kawasaki Pro Circuit, they decided no, let's stay back. Levi decided let's stay back. So they kind of go down the list and they say, hey, who's the next best guy? Cooper Webb. We know he can ride a 250, and I think it's honestly going to be great for Cooper Webb to kind of rejuvenate his attitude and rejuvenate his career, maybe get him spiced up for the 2025 Supercross and outdoor season. So Cooper Webb is coming back from that thumb injury. He's getting building each weekend. The first round was tough at SMX. Last weekend was solid for him inside the top 5. Now with that 250 on the horizon, racing motocross nations, I'm excited to see him. The last time he did nations was 2015. They got second. 2016, he was on the team when Team USA got third. So he's been on the podium at motocross nations, but now with his buddy Aaron Plessinger and also his rival Chase Sexton, I think we're going to have a great team for motocross designations this year. So thank you to Star Racing Yamaha for being willing to send one of their riders, and it's going to be exciting to see how Coop does. How do you think he'll do?
You know what? I just like the grittiness. I like that we're going to have some grit behind the gate. He's not really scared to beef it up, you know, get in those guys' heads. Yeah. So that could really work in our favor. Yeah, grit behind the gate. Cooper Webb on a 250. Looking forward to it, motocross designations. But next, let's head into some more testing here at Glen Helen. We did a lot of pipe testing the other day. 2 strokes, DR.D, FMF, Pro Circuit. Let's head over there now. All right, Yamaha YZ450F. This thing is a beast, and one object that we like to put on it, one part we like to upgrade, is the hydraulic clutch. So Mike Ulrich, Yamaha is the first manufacturer to offer options, really, that you can change between hydro and cable. It comes with the cable clutch. Can you explain, I guess, the thought process on why you have both options?
Yeah, so obviously there's kind of a big divide right now between cable guys and hydraulic clutch guys. We decided to give people, we have a really robust accessory line, our GYTR line, so it only made sense to give people the option to use both. So the bike comes stock with a cable clutch, and then for $299 you can buy the GYTR hydraulic clutch. Super simple to put on. We just did it. Took about 15 minutes to swap over, and yeah, it's a great option for those guys who like the hydraulic clutches. Yeah, and what about your pro riders? I know Eli does not. He likes the cable clutch, and that's something he was very strong about. And then Cooper, both Coopers, Justin Cooper and Cooper Webb, are on the hydraulic clutch, or at least have been on the hydraulic clutch this year. So it's pretty awesome that your factory level riders can be riding on a GYTR part like this. And then also you have Eli Tomac, a beast. Nobody rides like him, to keep going with the cable clutch. So it's a pretty awesome option. Definitely, that was one of Eli's strong points when we were first going to introduce this bike, and he was kind of deciding whether he was going to keep going or not. One of his big points was that he wanted a cable clutch. So luckily we were able to retain that for him. You're right. Yeah, Cooper Webb's on the hydro clutch, and I think Justin Cooper's back on the cable clutch right now. So it's cool for those guys to have the option to switch back and forth. You know, the Club MX guys, I think Phil's using a hydro clutch right now as well. He's been getting good starts too. It works great. Gives people options, and yeah, we're happy to have it in our lineup. Yeah, for me, it feels like it smoothens out the power. It kind of broadens that window, where the cable clutch, to me, gives a more on-off feel. So a lot of the brands have hydro clutches now. So for me, switching back and forth between bikes makes the most sense to have this on here. So I'm gonna race it this Saturday, and YZ450F, awesome bike. Thank you, Mike, for getting us dialed in. Awesome. Thanks, Steven Tokarski, for installing this thing. And you guys get a little overview of how easy it is to put the Brembo kit on the Yamaha. This week at MXA, we got a lot going on today. We have the Kawi, we have the Yamaha, we have KTM 150, Honda CRF250, Sean Bushnell.
He's been riding a little bit of everything. That's the one thing about MXA. We don't let our test riders get too comfortable. So we don't let them stick with one bike for too long. Josh Fout has kind of been our Cowie guy. We've probably spoiled him by letting him ride that bike too long. But today, Josh Fout's on fire duty up in Big Bear, holding off fires. So, Sean, you rode our Cowie today, and we threw the FMF slip-on a couple months ago and tested it just with the slip-on, but FMF just got us the new header to match the slip-on. Full FMF system on the Cowie. If you guys haven't watched our shootout video yet, you need to check it out. We talk about the Cowie 450 engine. It needs a little more power. You rode it stock, and then you rode it with FMF. What was it like?
Yeah, that's correct. With the stock pipe, well, we already know how it runs, and a lot of riders on the KX450 wanted more power from them. It's kind of a mild 450, but it's good. And with the FMF pipe, it really woke it up the bottom end to mid-range. It pulls harder, and you can roll on the roll-on throttle response is much more user-friendly. You don't have to clutch it as much. It has the same over rev, same top end. It doesn't lose anything on the top, so it's a pretty nice pipe actually.
For somebody who doesn't know what this engine's like, explain what it's like for you. You've ridden all of our brands, so what's the KX450 like before you put this pipe on?
It's kind of mild. It's not mellow, but it's mild, and it's friendly. But if you're used to a 450, you kind of want a little more power. But it has plenty of power. But we're used to a more of a lively power band. So it's a good 450 for like someone who's never ridden one, maybe, or or like 350.
Yeah.
But
that's kind of what I was thinking, like a Japanese 350.
Yeah.
So it's got power, but what do you have to do to get to that power?
You have to clutch it. Yeah, you have to clutch it, or you have to rev it. Yeah.
All right, and then FMF riding it today, how did that just fix that problem or what?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you don't have to clutch it nearly as much, and you can roll it on. You can carry third gear in some of the corners. So a lot of people complain they can't carry third gear; they have to carry second.
Yeah.
I noticed that was definitely improved. You can carry third and roll it on, and it's good.
All right, Justin Lee, two things he loves: two-strokes and designing apps.
Yeah.
Two things. So he designed the MXA Fantasy League app. That's coming down to the wire. So this is the last round this weekend at the Las Vegas SMX finale. And so we're giving away some epic prizes for that. How cool is it for you to create your own app, start to finish for MXA, and then now be able to give away a dirt bike, $2,500 worth of Maxxis tires, $500 worth of Boyson racing products, and then I think a full pipe and silencer from FMF, plus like $250 worth of clothes. That's what people get if they place in the top 5 on your app.
It's pretty crazy. It's been a work in progress throughout the whole year. We're learning in the process as well, as it's the first year that we've had the MXA Fantasy League app. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting having all the people on there. It's exciting seeing the competition, the camaraderie between everybody. And yeah, so going forward, we hope to improve for next year and come out swinging again.
Yeah, so always making improvements to the app, and looking forward to 25 with that. But this weekend you can win big stuff. Today you rode the KTM 150 2025 model, stock, and then we threw that DR.D pipe and silencer on there for the first time. Tell us the difference.
Yeah, so initially I ride the KTM 300 a lot, the bigger size model. And with the new fuel injection, you can kind of ride that more like a 4-stroke. Hopping back on the 150, it rides a lot more like a 125, a lot more shifting in between, and a lot more clutching to stay up on the RPMs. One thing that I was kind of struggling with this morning with the stock pipe was getting that bottom out of the corner. I would ride some of the turns in third gear and kind of lug the bike around where I'd have to clutch a little more than I expected. So I'd shift down into second to get that RPM, but then I'd have to quick shift back up into third. Yeah. Something that I noticed immediately when throwing the DR.D pipe on was that the bottom was there a lot more. So coming out of the turns, I could be in second gear instead of having to lug it or kind of hit that little space where you're trying to find the RPMs. It would stay up on the RPMs a lot easier. Overall, I can't say that it really improved the overall power of the bike itself, but it smoothed everything out, made it a lot more linear. And one thing that I actually noticed was the overall vibrations of the bike as well was a lot improved. So I could kind of stay on the gas a little bit longer, not feeling like the bike was at its limit.
Nice, that's cool. So, I mean, you made it, it's like one thing you said to me, it felt easier to ride, right?
Yeah, it did feel a lot easier to ride. It felt, like I said, staying up on the RPMs felt easier, which you need to do on these little bikes.
Yeah.
Going around the track, you don't want to be bogging around the turns, which on the smaller size 2-strokes, the 125s, the 150s, it tends to do that if you're in the higher gear. So that was definitely one thing that I noticed was I could stay up in the RPMs easier, overall making the bike easier to ride.
Nice. All right, that's the KTM 150 2025 model. I was following him on our Honda CRF250, and it made me think we need to do a 250F versus 150 video soon. So if that's something that you guys want to see, let us know in the comments. Or if you have other ideas for what we should do with this KTM 150, let us know, and we'll keep plugging away on the testing. All right, well, I was the CRF250 guy today. We're loading this thing up and taking it home right now, but quick rundown on Pro Circuit exhaust. 2025 Honda CRF250 definitely lacks a little power, especially on top, and throwing the Pro Circuit system on there filled in the gap in the middle. The stock CRF250 hits pretty good off the low end and it kind of goes a little flat. With the Pro Circuit system on there, it filled in that middle part of the power and made it a little bit stronger in the mid-range. So we still have some more testing to do on this bike. I think some ECU mapping from Jamie Ellis might help with Twisted Development to boost some more top-end power. Lots of other mods we could do to make the Honda a little bit faster, but I do love the new Honda chassis and definitely appreciate the new Pro Circuit system on here. So overall, good day from the MXA Wrecking Crew. We had the 3 different pipe tests: FMF, DR.D, Pro Circuit, KTM, Kawi, Honda. We also installed that Brembo clutch on our Yamaha Y450F today, and I'll be racing that this weekend. We got the Triumph back, doing some testing more on that. We'll talk more about that in a future video, so thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. All right, and speaking of racing, this weekend is the last round of SMX in Las Vegas at the Strip, and we are giving away a bunch of prizes to Bob's Cool Co. We got a backpack cooler, pretty sweet. We also got a regular cooler here, which I used today, full of all my snacks and waters for the track, and also a pretty cool mug from Bob's Cooler Co. So sign up on the MXA Fantasy League app. It's free to download, free to play, but this is the last weekend, and if you haven't played it yet, you got a lot of points to make up because we're giving away some epic prizes to the top 4. The winner of the entire championship from Supercross, Outdoors, and the SMX rounds gets a free Triumph 250, so amazing prize. We're giving away a dirt bike. Second place wins $2,500 worth of tires from Maxxis to get your truck or van dialed in. Third place goes to Boyson Racing. They're giving away a $500 shopping spree to Boyson Factory Racing. And then fourth place will win a pipe and silencer for their 2-stroke from FMF, or a muffler from FMF, plus $250 worth of clothes from FMF. So get signed up, MXA Fantasy League app. Pretty excited about it. SMX this weekend. Championship is kind of in Haiden Deegan's hands in the 250 class. I think he can get 3rd place and he'll still win the championship. 450 class, it's going down to the wire. It's going to be very exciting this weekend. Hunter Lawrence has the red plate. We'll see you on motocrossactionmag.com and on the MXA Fantasy League app, where you can hopefully win these prizes this weekend or win the big prizes if you're in the championship running. Thank you guys for tuning in to This Week in MXA episode, I think it was 196, presented by O'Neill. Appreciate O'Neill for keeping us going, and it's back to more testing time.